Greetings everybody, I'm back again with this video, and in this video we're really going to talk about how to build a strong faith in God and also yourself after you've been through abandonment issues. As we discussed in the previous video, what really abandonment is just not abandonment of physical self, it is about emotionally also, and that could have started in your childhood or through your relationship, or if you are currently dealing with where you feel that you're not seen, or where you feel that you're just not heard, or you're just like led by the side because of the family drama, or purposefully, or a lot of reasons could be that for that. But I just want to give you some insights that really helped me to heal through this one. Is how one of my experiences was is like when I was going through abandonment, I really wanted to get out of it. Was just like my realization was that I really just got tired of it, and then I came to a realization and acceptance that the amount of stuff when you want to do for another person or the people, just because you love them so much and just because you want them to look at you or give you back that same energy, or just the love or the acceptance, or to getting the feeling of being heard or held or be understood. Eventually you give them everything and eventually you don't ever get that back. What really happens is like you keep on abandoning yourself again and again and again, and the same scenario keeps on repeating itself until and unless I started realizing is that first is that who I'm putting first. Because if I'm putting a person first, right, a person who I'm putting above me first is basically like, yes, I'm being needy. You must have heard this about also, right? Yes, I'm becoming needy, or I'm becoming, oh, love me like that. But the first thing you have to ever do is to start your abandonment is put God first. Whoever God you believe in. It's not about just being Christian or just being a different religion or anything. Whoever you believe in, put that God first. For me, I'm a Catholic, and for me, it's my God. So I started putting my God first. And what really happened to me was like when I started putting God first is that I didn't put God first, and as in like I went crazy preaching on the streets or going to the church or anything like that. I put the God first is as in like I understood, because see, as Jesus has told us that the kingdom of heaven is within. So if I'm not putting myself first, if I'm not really valuing myself, if I'm not really, having a deeper connection with the God in me and with the God above, my Father, you know, I'm being injustice to myself, yes, but I'm also bringing injustice to my God the Father. So how I did it, started doing was like, I really started having a deeper connection with my God. And what I mean by deeper connection with my God is with the God, the Father above that we say, and the God, the Father that who has created in me. And how I be having a deeper connection is sitting by my own self. And what I mean by sitting by own self is you don't need no binaural beats, you don't need no meditation music, you don't need no nose breathing or anything like that, because you're just a beginner. I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning this process and everything. And the more and more I started by seeing myself is I started talking to God just by myself, like not in resentment or anything. Yes, sometimes resentment. Yes, sometimes I cried. Yes, sometimes I, be like, why God and everything. But eventually when I was doing that, there is something in you that will tell you that, this is where you're wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. For me, for example, when I was having this deep down feeling of abandonment, when I was not really choosing myself, right? And then I started sitting with myself, and I was just like realizing that why is that? Why is I'm chasing that person? Why am I putting that person or getting something out of them while I could just give that to myself? And you can only give back to yourself is when you really know yourself. And you can really know yourself is when you know yourself very much spiritually. And you can really know yourself spiritually is when you are connected spiritually to your Father, to the God the Most High, right? Then I started doing that, and I really started sitting with God, asking Him. Then I was then what happens is like you will realize that there is a reason you are chasing another person. There is a reason why you are people pleasing. You will get to know. You have to really start questioning even the small nudges that come in your brain. Like for example, I was it's a small nudges in the brain. The biggest thing for somebody, I'm pretty sure whoever has gone through this stuff, who have been through, you will relate to it, is that you feel that alone. You feel that, oh, God forgot about you, even when the physical people forgot about you, even the God forgot about you, and everything like that. That is your trap. Trust me, that is the trap. That is where you are being caught up in. That is where, because that's the loop, especially for me, and I'm pretty sure you will relate to it, um, because that is the loop where it starts. Oh, God forgot about me. Okay, F it, I'm gonna do my own thing. And be honest, if you really study and if you really be honest with God, being rebellious with God is not gonna take you anywhere. It's gonna keep on repeating your scenarios and situations in your life. I am the living witness. So instead of being rebellious with God, I just stopped the fact or the thought in my mind that God forgot about me. And how I really turned it into is like, okay, I'm like, God, I love you. I know you love me. I am gonna do the righteous stuff. I am gonna start from the scratch this time with the righteous stuff. With the first of all, changing is my thinking pattern. I don't think anymore that God forgot about me. And you don't have to think about that God forgot about you anything, because that is the trap. That is where you're gonna start. You're gonna really start adding more thoughts to it. To simplify it is, when stuff used to happen, a person left me who I did so much for, put them on pedestal and everything, and I'm sitting by myself and I'm questioning and I'm getting mad at God. God, why you did that and stuff. And eventually something in me would speak that the righteous way to ever have was put God first, build a relationship with Him, an honest relationship with Him, because everyone eventually is gonna leave you somewhere or somewhat in the manner, and only the person who can really understand you or understand your feelings, your nature, is God, and the God within you, right? So, and the God within you cannot be activated unless you are being totally honest with the God above and being sitting with Him in complete honesty. He is there for you, He cares for you, and He loves for you. And first you start having that belief. Unless and until you don't have that belief that, okay, God is working in your favor and He wants you to change, you're gonna keep on repeating, you're gonna keep on avoiding that feeling, and you're gonna keep on filling up that abandonment issue, the voidness of sitting with yourself by cigars, random dating stuff, random chasing girls, random chasing jobs, careers, and everything. I have been through that. I did that, and that had a certain effect. And then to make it more precise, it is, you would relate to this because what happens is, like, when abandonment, you go to so severe level, it is, you start doubting and feeling that you're unworthy and everything. But trust me, have that. Even if you have like 1% faith that God is there, start with that 1% and be honest with Him. I'm not trying to be another preacher or anything like that, trying to correct you or stuff like that, but start building with Him and start being honest with Him that, okay, I have God, have 1% with you. Show me how I can build more faith in you. Show me, give me the stuff. And when you start with that 1%, you have to believe that, as on the Bible it has said, God says, like, show me the faith of like a mustard seed. And from my people who don't know mustard seed, you can just Google it. You'll find the size of a mustard seed, right? And you will see God says that, show me that size of the mustard seed and work with it. And another thing it is, if you have faith in God and if you don't have faith and belief in God, you are disrespecting God again. Why? Because first and foremost thing, the God already told us, He created in His own image and likeness. And the only way you can walk in his image and likenesses is having a pure honesty connection with him. And at the end, to finish it off, whatever you're going through right now, I just want you to listen to this, right? This really helped me and changed me. Whatever you're going through right now, the current capacity of your mind, the current way of your thinking, you might think that life is against you, God is against you, and everything that like that. I was one of those individuals, but what if? And that's the truth. And honest with him, but I will tell you one thing, because God might be building something out of you through what he has put you through to show or build a character of you that your current self would not be able to understand him. Right? So just the only way to get or heal through abandonment is not going through some courses, not going through some crazy stuff, is building an honest connection and loving yourself with that much love as God sees you, and believing that God forgives you, and but being honest with him. I hope this video finds you in the correct time where you want and when the God wants you to hear this. Till then, be blessed by the best. Adios.